What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods Expert Mode. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode we ended up leaving off needing a whole lot of draconium processed, draconium dust into draconium ingots. Yeah, off camera I've taken a lot of time here and processed all of that stuff through. I tried doing some things here with the villagers. As you're spawning in the villagers, they kind of go all over the place, right? So some of them are in the front, some of them are in the back. I tried putting a vector plate here to move them forward into, like, I was hoping they'd go into a corner or something. But yeah, so the idea was I'd sit here with the sacrificial dagger and just kind of like watch a TV show on the other screen, right? And just keep swinging. I just want villagers right here. But I guess they don't really work too well with the vector plate. But anyway, I put a slab here so I could try to access this chest when I had another block here. As the villagers get warped up, they still kind of like bump into you, move you around. Yeah, anyway, I was trying to get it so I could look at that chest and that didn't work. Anyway, so I spent some time here, went through a lot of food, just swinging this dagger sacrifice. I could do, I think, 16 to 18 draconium dust at a time with the villagers. Yeah, I could do that at a time while killing the villagers with a sacrificial dagger before I ran out of hunger. But yeah, I ended up going through a decent amount of food here in our lunchbox. I would like to look at a way to upgrade our food so I don't have to deal with the whole lunchbox situation anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be looking at environmental tech a little bit before we get into draconic evolution. But the long story short, I killed all the withers that we needed. I processed all the draconium that we needed. And we have collected all the emeralds from the villagers that we need. Hopefully all of these are right. There might be a little bit off here, but hopefully we have all the stuff that we need to upgrade those to the Wyvern fusion injectors. And like I said, we'll be looking at those a little bit later. What I want to do is I want to set up a void ore miner, or I'm sorry, the void resource miner. I want to set this up, which also means that we should set up the solar array. So we got a few of these things that I want to do. I was looking at this. And like, for instance, the flight modifier, that just requires mica. I don't think this is disabled in any way. There's nothing here that leads me to believe that it is. And this is rather inexpensive. I was kind of surprised looking at this recipe. It's enriched sand, so nether quartz plus sand, right? Block of iron, some clear glass just for the modifier core. And then we need the launchers, which is nothing crazy here. It just requires the mica, right? So what we really need to do is to get the void resource miner to get that mica. There's also the saturation modifier. This is another thing I'm very interested in. It also requires mica, chorus fruit, golden apples. With the saturation modifier, we'll never have to eat again. So no more dealing with spice of life. No more dealing with the lunchbox. No more dealing with trying to make sure we have 5 different food types. Yeah, that's something we should have done earlier on. I didn't realize that this was so inexpensive, but it is going to require us to get all the different things for environmental tech going. So we need, yeah, the structure blocks. So that is basalt plus some gold and some redstone. That's not bad. In fact, if we go to the environmental tech book here, it kind of tells you all the different things that you need. So for instance, let's make a solar array. So for a tier 1, we're going to need 16 of those structure blocks, 9 solar cells, 4 modifier cores. The solar cell I don't think was too bad. Let's take a look at that. So that requires redstone, obsidian, diamond, heat cable. So that's a redstone around an obsidian diamond cable. That is diamond wiring, which is 10 ingots plus a diamond gives you 3 of those. So it's well, then that makes 4. So it's not like super terrible. The photovoltaic cell requires empowered palace crystal. We might have to go kill some more of the fishes for that. And then fused quartz, easy enough for us to do. Flawless glass. So now we have a flawless calculator. We can do the flawless diamond plus 2 pieces of glass to get that. That isn't bad. And then empowered redstone crystals. Yeah, we've done that many times before. So it's a little bit of crafting, and then we're going to have to set up the multi-block structure. That's just for the tier 1. Also, we should probably take a look at the different tiers of that. So the solar panel controller tier 1 is a solar cell plus lapis and gold. So that's not bad. If we go to the tier 2, it's lapis and diamond. Again, that's easy enough to do. Tier 3 requires mica, so we can't do that until we get the void resource miner. So we can go to a tier 2. So it requires the mica, 2 of the solar panel tier 1s. This requires, or tier 2s. This requires the tier 1s. And then what are these? Iron and ender pearls. So yeah, we can go to the tier 2 solar panel, do the tier 2 resource miner. We'll probably want to make, I think it's the white lens focuses more on getting the mica. So yeah, I think that's things that we're going to start getting towards. So I'll go ahead and take some time here off camera. I'll do some crafting and try and get all that stuff set up. We're going to make a tier 2 solar panel, tier 2 void resource miner. And then once we start getting that mica in, we will look at making a nanobot beacon to try and give us flight, finally, and saturation so we don't have to eat anymore, finally as well. Anyway, let me get to it and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we're in the process of trying to make the different parts here. I got some basalt structure block tier 2s. We got some machine bases, modifier cores. This is for the void resource miner. This one right here is for the void, for the solar panel tier 2. We have the basalt structure block tier 2 and the modifier core. So I decided to fix up our applied energistic system a little bit. We're expanding out, and I'm making patterns for some of these various different things to make my life easier, right? So we're able to craft all these different things, including the solar cell. So the solar cell required a bunch of that empowered palace crystal stuff. We actually need 26 of these because I think one of them goes into the recipe for the solar controller. In fact, we might need more than that. I'll have to double check. But anyway, we have 26 of those things. You see, we got some things that we're missing, some others. Like we need empowered redstonia crystals. We need the empowered palace crystal. This is kind of a pain. That turns out to be about 26 blocks worth of that. Currently, we are over here. And I have these going. I had to go farm up a stack and a half of the, what are these, prismarine? Yeah, we had to go kill some guardians. Now it's not that bad. The guardians do drop the special reliquary scale where you can get 5 of these from that. So yeah, farming with looting 3, it's kind of annoying. We really should set up some kind of a farm for that in the future. But for right now, we got this all set. So it's cyan, floral powder, the palace, and then these guys. We've already made 6 of those at this point. So anyway, getting back to this solar, and we want to make 26 of those. So we got that under control. I'm going to have to make some of those, but that's not bad. That's like, what, 4 blocks worth? We might make some extras. Nether quartz. We're missing 32 nether quartz for this portion, but then we also need 230 fuse quartz. So we need something like, what is that? Is it 4 quartz per fuse quartz? Oh my goodness. So we're missing, let's say 1,000 quartz. So I need to go to the nether and farm up a lot of that stuff. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. I need to get all this stuff out of my inventory. This right here, this is for the other thing that we needed. This is for, what was it? The laser? Let me get over here. It was for the laser core. The laser core required the teleposition reagent and the touchstone of Midas. So we had some green gold. I just had to make up like, I think 1 block. We had all the white gold already. We had no rose gold. Rose gold, like all these different types of golds we've already made before. So it's not that big of a deal. So I had to make 3 blocks worth of that stuff. And then a rich gold, which is from the calculator mod. We've seen this stuff before. You make the dust and you smelt that gold plus obsidian to make that. Not a big deal. And then some molten cores, and we have plenty of that from all of our blaze stuff. And then 4 blocks of gold itself on top of all of that. So anyway, that's not that bad. I did have to go kill 1 more wither boss for 1 more star. We already had 2 stars in the system. And then this teleposition reagent stuff required a teleposer, which is gold, ender pearl, and this teleposition focus thing. Just an ender pearl on a tier 4 blood altar. So, and it's only 2,000 LP. That was pretty fast to do. We've seen the Hellfire Forge, glowstone, redstone, gold, plus that teleposer to make that. So it's not that big of a deal. So all of this stuff, we should be able to make the 3 of those that we needed. Let me go and craft that with you real quick. We made 1. Oh no, is this gonna be one of those things? No, well, yeah, this might be one of those things I gotta log out. That recipe doesn't seem to want to work. Oh no. But anyway, we have to make 3 of those, I do believe, and then I have the white lens as well. So off to the nether, it seems, is where we need to go. Also, the calculator stuff, yeah, we were trying to make flawless glass, I believe. This stuff, the flawless glass. So that is 2 pieces of glass plus 2 flawless diamonds in the flawless calculator. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's going to be a way that we can do that automatically later on down the road. But the flawless diamonds, it does look like you can put that in an atomic calculator or a dynamic calculator. I assume one of these methods will be able to do that automatically. There was one other thing I was looking at. I think it was... actually, yeah, it was back in here under this. It was the atomic binder requires a reinforced stone. I was wondering if we could automate that with the dynamic calculator as well. Compressed stone plus the 4 logs. I think that's called a wood pile. I can't remember. Make the reinforced stone. Yeah, so we might look at making this dynamic calculator sometime in the future and trying to automate some of this stuff. Because trying to do that by hand all the time, not a lot of fun. But anyway, I need to go to the nether. I need to collect some quartz. Yeah, that's it. So let me get to that and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so all that crafting is finally done, and my goodness did that take forever. You know, I thought it was going to take a little bit of time for these 3 laser cores. It turns out we had to make 4 more of those for a void resource miner controller tier 2. The recipe for that requires 3 of the tier 1s, and each of the tiers requires this laser core, which requires more beacons, more of these touchstones of Midas, and more of the teleposition reagents. So anyway, we got all of that done. Man, it's gone through so much gold. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably turn on our quarry again, specifically for gold at this point. But anyway, I made some things off camera while I was doing all this crafting. I made a capacitor bank so we can store more power from our solar panel, right? So at nighttime, we still have power to power the void resource miner. I made a large storage crate. You know what? I don't know if I've ever used one of these before. Normally, I've always gone for like the small or the medium. I don't know if I've ever made a large before. So that's 3 pages instead of 1 page, and the medium is 2 pages. Okay, I wasn't really sure what that thing was. But yeah, we've used the small storage crates previously, and to upgrade them to the medium one, we just need void crystal blocks, which is coal blocks put in front of the laser. Tier 3 requires the same thing, except we have to empower those. And that is with charcoal, flintstone, and some kind of a black dye. So it wasn't that big of a deal to upgrade to the final tier. Figured I would do it just to try it this one time. All right, so it looks like I'm going to need an axe in order to break that again. There we go. Okay, so I think we're going to end up setting these things up over here by our mob farms, which haven't really gotten much use. That's our Enderman farm and our witch farm over here. But yeah, this area really isn't... We're not doing much with this. I would set it up over towards the other side. The problem is, though, the void resource miner needs access to bedrock, I'm pretty sure. So I don't want to drill straight down through the part of the base that we're using. Yeah, I want to kind of do it over here in this general area. So we should probably line it up with the center of these things. So along these blocks somewhere, we'll figure that out. All right, and let's figure out the size, the dimension of the void resource miner, first of all. So this thing, the tier 2, is going to be a 7 by 5 by 7. So 7 by 7, 5 tall. So it says, doesn't it say somewhere that it goes above or below the controller? Maybe it says on the tier 1. Let's see. Multi-block position below controller. Okay, so since this is 5 blocks tall, we want to put the controller on the 5th block, I believe, right? So let's try doing that. So we wanted it in this area, and it's 7 wide, so 3 on either side. Let's try putting it right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the void resource. Whoops. Oh my goodness, the inventory automatically placed that block for me. I didn't want that to happen. Okay, let's see if we can get up there real quick. Perfect. Okay, so void resource miner controller. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So let's break the rest of these. And we can get rid of those extra torches that I placed. So I made the assembler. This thing should place all the multi-block for us. Let me take this off. I think if we right click on it, yeah, so you have to hold, whoop. Okay, so I guess it'll place it in you and make you take damage. So you just press and hold right click on there. Maybe it'd be best if we get on top of the thing so I'm not in the way. Oh, all right, let's get up here. I thought I was holding the assembler. I was holding my wand. Does it give a message? There it is. Multi-block assembly complete. Okay, so now that is done. This just has our white lens, so that should focus on getting ourselves the mica. That's the stuff that we're looking for. So now we're going to put a capacitor bank. Let's get up here. A capacitor bank right here, and then we're going to put the solar panel controller on top of that. So the solar panel controller, the solar panel should power our capacitor bank here, fill this up, and then power our void resource miner. That's the idea. Maybe before we get going on this, we will break out a block here. And we're going to have to dig pretty much straight down in order to get this done. So let's get through the dirt with that. Hopefully there's no lava down below. I think even if there is lava down here, my armor should take care of it. I'll put the staff of traveling on my bar. So when we get all the way down to bedrock, I can just fly all the way up and not have to deal with it. Alright guys, so we now have a hole all the way down to bedrock right underneath that laser. Thankfully, there was no lava in the way, so not that big of a deal. So now we can just hold right click on our solar panel controller tier 2 and get this thing going here. Is that good? Can't tell if anything's happening. Oh yeah, this is charging up with power, so it must be pushing exactly 5,000 in. Or I guess whatever this thing can hold maximum. Looks like 4,000 RF per tick, so maybe this is only using 1,000. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, we want to have some kind of a storage next to this. So when this mines blocks, it'll put it into our storage over here. Now, we did put in some of these modifier cores. Now, I think we can use upgraded versions of those. There might be ones with like accuracy, there might be a speed, yeah, shortens processing time, doesn't work on generators, so we could do a modifier core. Oh, we need mica in order to do that. Okay, so we won't be able to do that. Yeah, this makes makes RF when it rains. It's not something I'm really interested in. And this thing, yeah, that's just filling up with power, so that's really good. I like this thing. So it looks like the void resource miner tier 2 with a solar panel tier 2, more than enough power to get this thing going. So that is fantastic. Okay, so now we're just going to wait for a little bit of mica. We got one piece so far. For the nanobot beacon, yeah, I'm going to have to look at what it costs for the controller. But we're looking for getting the saturation modifier, which is not bad. Just another modifier core and 4 mica. And then the flight modifier. That's the other one we're looking for. Again, not so bad, just requires 8 mica, so we need a total of 12. Alright guys, so since I've taken an enormous amount of time, real life, with all the crafting and farming and stuff, trying to get the environmental tech stuff going, we're just going to go ahead and wait on that mica while we do other things. So, last episode we were trying to get to the fusion crafting for Draconic Evolution. Let's go ahead and try and finish that up now. So we need 8 of these fusion crafting injectors, I do believe. I'm just going to go ahead and set it up like that. That should be just fine. The recipe calls for 8 of these, something like that. Okay, so then we need to power those so we can just run it directly off our battery over here. something along those lines should be okay. I'll just disconnect that. Not a big deal, but just so everything's connected from the back. So all of those say 0RF. Is there a reason that says 0RF? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe those things just don't fill up with power until the craft is set. I guess we'll figure this out. I've done this fusion crafting before, but it's been a minute. And yeah, this is a temporary setup. I think going forward, we're going to start trying to set up automations and properly setting up our base. We have a lot of machines and things set up outside. I would like to move those to their own proper place and hook up applied energistics and get things going. So we'll be looking at that very soon here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to craft this basic fusion crafting injector to the next tier. So we want, we need to do this recipe. So in order to do that, we need a draconium block, 2 of the draconium cores, a wyvern core, and 4 diamonds. Now, again, I'm not sure if these things are not getting power, because I think they should be right off this thing. Or maybe the tooltip is just broken. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can get one of these things going. See if we have enough power to craft one of those. It does say it requires 256,000 RF, but I think we should be able to handle that. Okay, so let's grab all of these different materials that we have in here. We'll just throw it into our system. Okay, so to do this, we need wyvern core, which is 4 of these draconic cores. So we need to make 6 of these. Why can't I craft that? We are needing the vibrant crystals. Ooh, you know what? I don't think I made a whole lot of the vibrant stuff. We might have to make some more of that. I'll just have to do that off camera. We should have plenty of emeralds for this. Let's just craft like a stack of those, or as many as we can. 21, is that gonna be enough? Guess I'll just do some more just to be absolutely sure we have enough of this in the system for right now. All right, so there's a stack plus 21. All right, so we should be really, really good on those. Okay, again, to do this, we need to craft 6 of these things. All right, then we need 1 of those. I'll take these 2 back. We need 4 diamonds. 4 of those guys, and then we needed a draconium block. Okay, so that should be everything we need in order to do one of these fusion crafting. Again, hopefully everything is just going to work. We'll find out here very soon if something is not set up correctly. But I was reading through the manual. It said that these had to be 1 block away from the fusion crafting core. So I think we should be okay. I think it's just the tooltip might be incorrect. Well, hold on. Nope, this still doesn't look like that's right. It might be this torch is in the way. Or maybe this needs to be further than 1 block. Let's try moving this away 1 more. Maybe there. And that. Is there something else that I'm missing here? Tier basic. We got all the ingredients. Oh, this might need to go up 1 block. Oh, you know what? I think that's what it is. I think that has to go 1 block off the ground. I think it was in the right spot before. It just needs to go up 1 higher. That there, that there, that there. Yeah, because these are supposed to be in like a 3x3 surrounding this. So yeah, I think that's probably where it should be. So there we go. Now we got the correct stuff. It looks correct. Yeah, let's just hit start and see what happens. Okay, so it charges quite quickly. We're using power, but it looks like we're still keeping up. And there we go. So I'm gonna have to do this 8 more times. Well, I think is it, maybe it's just 7 times total. I don't remember. But anyway, we're gonna have to do this quite a few times in order to get this thing done. And then once we get all of those on the wyvern tier, we can start looking at making the awakened draconium, and then we can make our acceleration wand. Alright guys, so we are missing one nether star, so we're fighting the wither boss one more time. Yeah, the wither dust blocks over here are really nice for this thing. And let's just wreck it real fast. Seems like the sword does about 10 hearts of damage per hit, but the wither boss regens just a little bit at the same time. Okay, so we'll put our torch back here so nothing spawns there, and we'll go to our downstairs. Actually, we need to go out to our machine area because we need some more of the vibrant alloy. So we need to tell the system to make ourselves draconic cores. We need 6 of them. We're missing draconium ingots. Oh no. Okay. I have draconium blocks. I have the other nether star that we needed. Okay. We just need 6. Yeah. Okay. So we need 16 more draconium. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go poke some more villagers again. I've done this plenty of times. It's not that big of a deal. It's just tedious. I would like to get to the point eventually where we can get this completely automated. Hopefully we'll be able to do something like that fairly suon. Yeah, I think Well is Suffering with all these runes of sacrifice around here should do pretty well. I even added in some more down there. I don't think I mentioned that particular thing before. But anyway, we need to put those right there. I need to spawn the villagers, and I need to poke them, and hopefully not run out of hunger. Alright guys, so it is 1 dragon heart, and then 6 of these draconic cores, just 1 each, and each one of these crafting injectors, all wyvern tier, and then we have to put 4 of our draconium blocks right in there, and it looks like we are good to go. Now, let's just take a look at this real quick. It says it's going to require 350 million RF, so I'm probably going to have to hang out for a little while it charges. Let's just kind of see how slow this goes. Or is that drawing more power? Oh, that's drawing a decent amount of power, isn't it? So yeah, I noticed that these things charge up as the recipe goes. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time for that to charge up. But once we get the awakened draconium, we can then move on to other things. Oh my goodness, guys, that took a minute for this to finish up, but it is finally finishing. Oh my goodness. How's our power? Okay, our power is coming back now. Yeah, that drained all the power in our capacitor bank here, and it said that it was doing negative 11,000 RF per tick, which is kind of weird. Is it 10,000 RF per tick per connection? Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that's how much this thing does. 2 of them together? Well, no, that'd be like 14,000. I don't know. Anyway, we have our awakened draconium. So now, the final thing that we need to do with this is break one of these apart and place 2 ingots here. And there's an acceleration wand. Was it worth it? I don't know. We're going to be using the awakened draconium for other things. So this isn't the only thing we're going to be using that for. But the acceleration wand will allow us to speed up certain things. So I don't know for sure. I haven't tested on this, but it might make the resource collector collect faster. Although with the amount of time I've spent, it wouldn't surprise me if we already had the 12 mica that we need. How much do we have in here? 17. Okay. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff in here. I assume this will work. I don't know if there's any way to tell if it is working or not. Oh yeah, use some power there. So if I'm not right clicking on it, it stays steady at 1.0 MRF. Now if I'm right clicking on it, you can see it's kind of fluctuating, so it's got to be doing something, right? Yeah, it's got to be doing something. Anyway, that's not something that we're going to be using the wand on. I really want to use the acceleration wand specifically for bee breeding to speed up that whole process. That's something that we need to get into, unfortunately, to progress, but it is something that the wand will make a lot easier. Anyway, guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Ooh, boy, did this one take a while to record. Yeah, that's a lot of crafting, a lot of resource gathering, and a lot of waiting around that we had to do today. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.